A question which I see a lot on the internet is how to correct the fisheye effect which you get with the GoPro Hero, and just how do you get rid of it. And here's a way of doing it which is completely free and very easy to do. So I've got some example footage here which you can see. There's the natural curve of that is not the shape of the planet Earth. There is a major curve going on here, so that is the fisheye effect. Certainly with the GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black Edition, that is not that bad compared to what it was in the Hero 2. So they've managed to get it a little bit less fish-eye. But here's a simple way, which is totally free, for you to be able to get rid of this and straighten it out without losing too much. Is just go online and download the GoPro Studio app. So you'll see it's a little one down here. You get it free from GoPro, and I'll just show you how to do the stuff here. When you've got the GoPro Studio app open, go to the import files and find the file which you're wanting to use. The file then pops up at the top right here, and what you've got to do is, before you convert it, is you can decide how much of the video footage you actually want. So if you just click on it, it will come up on your TV screen here, and you can move the dot here, which is the starting point, and if you click this little button here, that will be the mark in point. So that's what it'll say, right, we're going to start doing the converting from here, and let's say you want to convert to maybe just to here. That's your mark out point. Now, to get rid of the fisheye effect, what you do is down at the bottom, you've got your advanced settings, and simply click remove fisheye. I would always say put it at the quality at high, and if your frame rate was done at 30 frames a second, leave it at 30 frames a second. If you've shot at something like 60 frames a second, I would slow down the footage to 30 frames a second. So then you will have a longer, bigger video file at the end, but it means if you're then taking it into something like Final Cut Pro, you've then got 30 frames a second footage to be able to play with in the timeline that you're using there. So yeah, if your source is 30 frames, leave it at 30 and click OK. So there's nothing else that you need to do. If you click remember these settings for future clips, let's say you've got multiple clips, then you just press add to conversion list. So once you press OK, that's you got the settings sorted. Then you click add clip to conversion list, and you'll see it's over in the right now. And what you need to do then is press convert, and you'll see slowly, it takes a while because it certainly with 1080p it's quite a fairly decent size file, and obviously fortunately I've just chosen a little bit which I'm actually going to convert, because otherwise doing the whole thing is a long amount of footage. So it's sometimes a case of you come home, stick your memory card into your computer and get them all lined up, stick them all to convert, and then go off and do something else. Maybe go to work for the day or something, and just let your computer convert it, because it could take quite a while. So as you can see, that's it slowly going through. I'll just flip to the future. So once both those files are saying completed, head over to step 2, which is the edit. And what we've got is the files over in the top left. So you can just, well, I've done them twice. One with the fisheye removed and another one still with the fisheye. And as you can see now, if you look at the top right, or the top line here, it's completely flat. What I would say is sometimes there's a little bit of an angle. So that's where you might want to do some additional editing in the kind of Final Cut Pro or anything like that. If you want to do the editing in the GoPro Studio, then you've got the ability to do any rotation here, so you can straighten it up like that. But however, when you do rotate it in any way, you notice you get a black line at the bottom corners, bottom and top corners. So you need to do a touch of zooming as well. So just always, if you are straightening it, make sure you zoom in so that you don't have little edges at the corners. You also then have the ability to really play around with the white balance as well in the GoPro Studio. Even if it's not done in the Pro Tune settings, you still have the ability to play around a little bit with the white balance. So you can make it look a little bit bluer or a little bit more deserty up there. And you've also got the tint as well to play with. And generally I would always take the audio down to nothing, just because all it is the sound of the rotors. What I'll do is I'll export both these videos so you can see them side by side, and which one, how much it actually takes away the fisheye effect. And for that, you just go to export, and I'm exporting at 1080p for the best resolution. And as you can see, even though it's only 1 minute 30 seconds, it's 180 megabytes in size. So they're always pretty big files, especially if you're trying to do longer videos. So there you go, that's how to remove the fisheye effect. However, just to let you know, there are some downsides to removing the fisheye. So here's the before and after. So as you can see, it totally straightens out the horizon. And it looks good. You almost can't really tell a difference. There, if you try and match them up in the same time, it doesn't quite work. Now, one of the problems that you sometimes get is that when you remove the fisheye, the image isn't as sharp as before. So that's, again, you may want to add some sharpening. If you look at the bottom right trees, on the right hand side, they're far sharper than what they are on the left. They just seem clearer. So this is the same video file, just moved up to the same sizes. You also don't get as much in the frame as you do with the fisheye. So as you can see, it's almost stopping at the hill, the top left, but on the right, it's you've got a lot further. And as you can see, that building over there, with the fisheye removed, is really blurry. It's kind of much more just mush. So just something to be aware of, that whenever you remove the fisheye at the edges, it's not the best quality, and you may want to add in some extra sharpening to your images. Hope that helps. Thank you. Bye bye.